Hi, welcome to 151 Garage. I'm Sean.
I'm Jill.
And today we are going to disassemble the only part of the car, or the interior, that she hasn't actually taken apart. We are disassembling the dash. Why? Because we like misery. We are actually going to have her dash painted in a scheme that actually matches the Boyd rail, so the Boyd rail system we put on. We will jump in the car and start disassembling the dash.
Yay!
Joy, here, I'll let you have it. Okay, so there is a video out there, and I'll link it down below. There's a lot of stuff you got to take apart. Handles, top portion of the dash, bottom portion of the dash. This right here, the glove box you don't have to take off, you just have to drop it down, as well as this panel right here. I'll do all this stuff last. I'll pull the top part off first. Joy.
And this is the first time I get to sit in the back seat of my own car. Yikes.
That's not normal.
Yeah, it's so not normal. We'd never sit in the back seat of our own cars.
So if you are trying to pull it out, do not pull it out on either, or don't pull it out in the center, pull it out near the clip. FYI. And there's just a single plug in the back right here.
And that's towards like the very first button and the last button is where the clips are.
Yep. Okay. I'm going to hand Jill parts so they're not sitting up here. And you guys know the speakers. All it is 5 clips. And this right here is where you want to start from. There's like a little indent. Like a little indent right here. It's right where the corner is. And then 2 of the Torx Plus screws right here. And then I need to get off the handles, and then that speaker, and then there should be bolts under this that hold it. I'll throw all the hardware for this in that bag, and then another bag will go with all the other things. Let me jump on the other side and take out the other side. It fell right through the grate in the step. I see where it's at though.
That's good. Knowing where it fell is good. Working
on jet engines, anytime you drop something, you stop working and listen to where it falls, and it's right there. That's the only way to find some of the hardware you drop. Because if it's in the engine, it's bad. If you hear it hit the concrete or the stand that's sitting on, then you know it's not in the engine. Okay, moment of truth. Did I forget anything? Nope. So there you go. Simple. To go through it again, 3 bolts right here, 1 bolt here, 1 bolt in each of the ends for the speakers. And that's it. The only thing holding this side in on the sides is the fact that the pin goes through, or the bolt goes through this for the handles. That's the only reason you need to take it off. So that's it. We'll go ahead and put all this away. We'll be right back out for the bottom half. So you do not have to remove the Boyd rail or anything like that. That can all stay up there. So we'll be right back. Okay, now that we're back, we have to take off this section. Now what this section covers is the bolts that hold this on. Easiest way, drop this panel, which I've done in the past a couple times. All it is 5 clips. There's no hardware, just a couple yanks, one on this side, one on this side, and it will come out. Real simple. Then there is a bolt right here. And on the other side, you have a bolt right here as well, but you need to release these, just to push things on either side. You can drop the thing down, the glove compartment down. There you go. And here goes all our crap out of the car. Should have thought of that first.
Empty out the glove compartment before you drop it. Might be helpful.
That would be a good thing.
Pro tip 1.
Who needs a pro tip? Pro tips are for amateurs.
What do you think we are?
No matter what handle you have, you will have to remove it. Whether you have this right here from Archetype Racing or the regular
Grab handle.
You'll have to pull it off because you do have to drop this. And the only way we're going to do it, we're not going to remove it completely because there's so much stuff behind it. All we are going to do is lay it down onto this, which we'll have to grab a towel when we get to that point, and then go from there. Now this right here is just a little panel that you have to drop down because it is a tight fit there. You're not going to be able to drop this down completely. What you are going to have to do is pull it down. And pull it forward.
I just grabbed a hand towel really quick and we're just putting that on there for right now to protect the finish of the buttons and the switches.
Yeah, and you're just gonna set it down.
So you just set it down there and there's bolts underneath, like right.
So that's the only bolt you need to get to. So you have 3 here, 1 here, and I don't know what's on the other side. I'll have to look, but I know there's 4 bolts from here over. 1, 2, 3, 4. Be careful when pulling apart, but you can hear the clips popping. Unplug the ignition switch, and there goes that piece.
Okay, I'm gonna set you guys down.
Okay. Okay, so we have 2 bolts here, 2 bolts here, a bolt here on either side. Maybe, yeah. On either side, and I believe there's bolts under here as well. I just don't have an eye on them just yet. So,
wish us luck.
if you ever want to mess with somebody that's building the car and they have it completely apart, find a couple extra bolts, throw them in the bucket that they have if they do that, and they'll wonder where those extra bolts came from.
Oh, that is so mean.
It is absolutely horrible. There you go. There we go. So, at that point, shit. I have these 2. Oh, fuck. Okay, so there we go. So kind of a recap of what we did.
Oh, and
there's
that piece with the label right there, it's your airbag.
That? Okay, yeah. FOMO. Oh, that. Okay, so the thing we did is we went ahead and removed this piece. There's, for the airbag especially, there's 2 hidden bolts that are back under this. You won't be able to see them. If, like right now, we couldn't see them unless we really looked in there. It is dark, as confined area where if you drop something, it's going to go down. Hopefully it'll fall behind. Your luck, it'll fall right here and it will be trapped until you take the whole thing apart. So be careful putting that back together. So in the other 2, you have 2 bolts here. That's what holds the airbag in.
Yeah, it's your airbag holder.
On the other side, you have a, what is it? Bolt here So here, 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 and then these 2 bolts right here, and a bolt in the center. So that's it. You don't have any bolts on the other side. They are held in by clips and stages of clips, because you actually have a clip that goes through here, which, yeah. Anyways, that's it. We will disassemble this inside. We do have to get off the other piece, which we will do right now. So let's put this on, or put this inside, and we'll be right back. Okay, before we go any further, you are going to disassemble this if you choose to do what we're doing. Now, obviously you have 4 vents. As an aircraft mechanic, we always do a perspective of the driver or the pilot's view, and when we count stuff, say for instance engines, it's left to right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm doing that this way because I know how I count things from the driver's perspective. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. We do have tape on the back side. I did mark them 1, 2, 3, 4. That way when I put them back, they will go back in the same spot. They are not the same. You will have to make sure they go back in the same spot, or you're going to be frustrated as hell.
That means we need more bags in the car.
No, the bolts are all the same.
Oh, okay.
Bolts are all the same. I'm not worried about that. It's just these.
Now, why are we taking all this off? Because this particular piece, the black piece here that we're working on, is going to have to go into the oven, which is why this is very important to take off. That way it doesn't explode.
Yeah. What we're doing is a little bit different than your regular paint. So we are doing a little bit of... You'll have to wait and see. When we get it back, we'll show you. We won't reveal what we're doing until it comes back. So we will start disassembling. I'll have Jill take off all these screws, or I'll take off all the screws, doesn't matter. And then we'll go from there. The airbag, there's a trick to the airbag, and it's actually pretty interesting.
Oh, did you find that out?
Yeah, I found it out. Oh, I figured it out. I didn't look it up, I figured it out. So
that's what I asked, if you just figured.
Found it out. Yes, I figured it out.
I love you.
The slowest removal of vents.
You know what? You can go get another ratchet and help.
Enjoy this next hour of 4 bolts being removed. I've already removed the 2 screws that go right here. So there's 2 screws right here. I've already removed those. Those are these right here. And then this, I'll show you after we get it apart. It's probably easier than trying to show you how it is here. Now right now you have, and we'll get a closer shot up here in just a second. Okay. So what you're looking at right here is the airbag and the bracket that holds it in. Now see these little triangle pieces right there? They are actually very flexible, this whole thing is. So in the way you install it, you put it in, everything kind of bends out, and then this right here pops back into place into a divot or a hole that's right here. Once we get the airbag out, we'll show you. All you have to do is pull these out just a little bit, and these tabs drop down. Now, the only problem is you have 5 tabs on the top side and 4 or 5 on the bottom. So we'll go through that and we'll show you how we do it afterwards. What a bitch. So if anybody wants to know, and I'm not going to be held liable for anybody injuring or messing up their airbag or anything like that, so I'll just tell you straight up right now, don't do it unless you are completely comfortable. Now, this right here is the airbag. What it does is these clips right here actually hold the airbag, not necessarily hold it into place, but it clips it in. That way they can put the regular bolts in. Now these aren't holding the airbag in. What's holding the airbag in is these bolts right here. This goes in right here. What?
Yeah, and then just hold it.
That just holds it stationary until you put it in there. These are not structural. No. They hold on to the plastic.
Part right here.
This is the way it's done. They install this on there, they push this down, and then they screw these in. All these bolts right here are is to hold the airbag into place until they get the actual structural bolts in. Now I'm going to put this in my vehicle out of the way, that way it's not going to get damaged. I'm going to sit it straight up like this, that way I don't set anything on top of it, and I also don't have any contact with the connections in the back. Be very careful with that. That is a complete and utter pain in the ass. I don't know if you heard me before, probably. So there you go. This is what we are painting. I got these two to take off. So the last thing to take off is this right here.
Oh, those are some
just
big
two bolts. Just 2 bolts. Like 10 millimeter. Why 10 millimeter on a spot like that everything else is 10?
You sure it's 10? Yeah, rub it in.
I had Volkswagens. Everything is held in by 10, 13, and 15. I think that is literally the only thing holding that in.
Well, when I find a bug for sale for you, I'll buy it and we can rebuild it.
I would love that. That would be a great thing for us.
I think the bugs are cute. The old ones, not so much the new ones.
No, new ones aren't Volkswagens. For all those air-cooled people out there, Volkswagens, new Volkswagens, like new Beetles, aren't the old air-cooled Beetles. There's something about those that absolutely, I love those vehicles. They're so simple. When I get into a Volkswagen Bug, it shouldn't have more computers than I have in my house. So, and I have a lot in my house. It's just the new Volkswagens have like 10 computers or something. It's something ridiculous. Like, what for? So, these are ready to go to get painted.
Do we need to take these off at all?
No, just leave them on. They'll paint them. We'll just run the thing through them. They're going to paint all this and then this right here. Oh, we have to take this off. We'll take this off outside of the video. All we're going to do is just drill these out. They're 5 melted points.
Yeah, it's going to be no different than how we did the Bronco letters. So if you saw that in the last video.
Same thing.
It's the same concept. And putting them back on will be the same concept as well.
So that's it.
I will hold it and he will drill it.
Just wait till we have
slip and drill my hand.
Just wait till we have this all done. It will be very nice. They are going to do across this and this to match. It will be a matching set.
This is exciting.
Putting it in will be much easier than taking it out, especially that stupid thing, airbag. Oh God, that's going to be so bad. But anyways, hope you guys like it.
Hope you liked the video.
We tear apart our vehicle for your enjoyment. My enjoyment. We'll be doing the same thing to my vehicle, my Bronco. Different way we're doing it, but the same concept.
Yeah, and we may do it to Ben. I don't know yet. No? Okay.
We'll see. We'll see how easy it is on the second one.
Yeah.
Now that we know what we need to do, it shouldn't be hard. The third one should be plus we don't have to do it on video.
It's like pancakes. So your first one is always going to be the worst on anything. Doesn't matter what the hell it is. You just shut up. And then as you learn how to do it, it's going to get easier. And it's going to look better.
Where did you get this pancake thing? Where did you learn that?
I've always been a saying.
YouTube or something? You should need to stop watching so much YouTube. Watch our YouTube. They're boring. I'm boring. Anyways, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and hopefully we'll have this back in a couple weeks and we'll have it all back together. Yeah. Now I think what we're going to do is we are going to do the reveal of everything together because there is certain sections of the vehicle we have to install before we install other parts.
Yeah, so
this
it's
not
gonna
included,
be
it's just
one
the
reveal
exterior.
instead of multiple reveals, because like you said, there's a lot of pieces that kind of connect to each other.
Yeah.
So it just makes more sense to do one reveal instead of
Of the whole
multiple.
vehicle. Yeah.
So we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.